As you can see, it's the 9th of July 2015, the time's 14:09, and I'd like to begin this video by thanking our good friend Matthew of the famous YouTube site Buck's Woodshop for this wonderful sticker. I have never in my life put any kind of a bumper sticker on a car. I don't like to normally have them on there, but I think I'm probably going to put this one on because I'm really proud of it. To be considered to be a member of the YouTube Garage Gang, it's a very big honor for me. So thank you very much, Matthew. I know I believe you were a bit I don't want to say disappointed, but maybe perhaps surprised that this sticker action didn't take off the way you hoped it would. I'm sorry about that because I'm really pleased with mine, and I'll wear it in good faith. Thanks very much, Matt. Okay, we're in a room today where I haven't brought you back for a number of months now. This is going to be a bedroom. You remember these beams here, for instance. Some of you who have watched this, I've got some boxes over there on the other side stored yet. I've already got whatever it's called, a chest of drawers or whatever it is here in the room. This is, by the way, was bought, I think I bought it about 20 years ago from the US Army. When they started shutting down bases here, they started selling all the furniture. And it's actually massive wood, which here in Europe isn't all that common. It's quite well made. The top was replaced with some plastic stuff, which is fine. You will have it in here with in the bedroom. The walls are finished. These are the walls that Karen did with all out of clay. This side over here, there's going to be a wash basin here. In Europe, or in Germany at least, and in most of Europe actually, it's quite common to have a wash basin in your bathroom. So we're going to have one in here. I personally like it to be able to get up and wash my hands and have a mirror and so on without having to go to the bathroom, although the bathroom here is just across the hall. In any case, Karen made a great effort to put these stones in here. These are flat stones that are mounted on the wall, and then she put whatever it's called, paste, caulking compound. It's actually cement around the outside. It's waterproof, and we find it looks rather attractive. So anyway, we're getting back to work here on the third floor because we really need to move in here. We're still up on the top floor, which is rather silly because we have a big house that offers us a lot of space, a lot more than most people think we might need, but in fact we're living in rather cramped quarters, and we have been for the last 10 years up on the top floor because we haven't gotten this floor finished. And we plan to be moved in by this summer, and then of course my artificial hip had to be replaced, and only 4 days after I got out of the hospital from that, Karen broke her arm. So basically 6 months have gone by that we have not been able to work up here. We're hoping now to get to this and be in here by fall. We still have that other room, the last room that I always speak of, the library, but we're not going to worry about it until the very end. We're going to try to get the rest of these rooms finished and moved in here, and then we can finish that room. The really dirty work is done in there. What I'm doing right now is putting baseboard molding in because, as you can see here, the walls just end down there at the floor, and we need some molding, some baseboard in there. I picked the most difficult, the most difficult in the area, in the room to begin with here, because I've got an old chimney here that needs to be covered up. I mean, needs to have a baseboard on. You can see I put the molding in on the left side here. The baseboards, you may remember, I've spoken about this before. I wanted oak baseboards, and in an old style, and they cost about $9, $8 a running yard, a running meter, and I don't want to pay that, of course. So what I've done is bought 100 running meters of oak flooring, which cost only about $2 a running meter. And no, it didn't even cost that much, actually. Well, I don't know. In any case, much cheaper. And then this is tongue and groove flooring, and I take the tongue off and route the top using a regular router and a round a radius cutter, it's called, and it leaves an edge. Let me zoom in here and see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. You can see the edge there that it leaves. It leaves a rounded top and an edge on the corner there. So when I got to this this chimney that Karin so gracefully and artistically rounded off there, I realized I was going to have a problem and thought about it for a while. And I'll show you what I've come up with and what I'm going to fix it, and then we're going to go ahead and do that. I have about 2 hours to work on this today, and it's going to take probably that long. Well, maybe not, but I need to also get ready because I'm going to my, what's it called in English? Physical therapy for my knee and my hip and my legs. I'm trying to strengthen my legs, and I have, as most of you know, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it's very difficult for me to move oftentimes, so I'm trying to now strengthen my legs and become more agile, so that I have to do. I leave at about 3:30. So I have I have 2.5 hours or whatever. And then after I'm done with that, I will go pick up Karin and Andor at the train station. And the evening will begin. We'll sit and have coffee and maybe a little piece of cake or something. And then we'll go out probably and work in the yard a little bit. It rained last night, so I couldn't mow today. I really need to mow, but it's just, the grass is just too wet. And then we'll fix a little dinner, probably a light dinner, and that'll be the evening pretty much. I'll go to the computer, maybe upload this, maybe edit it and upload it. And for the moment, however, we're going to get to these baseboards. So bear with me. I'm going to try to do this now not while you watch, but I'm going to do it in stages as I get this done. All right, if you look at this for a moment, you'll see what the solution I've come up with. As you can probably tell, I'm not just dealing with a rounded corner here of the chimney. The chimney is also not properly rectangular. There's less than 90 degrees between the two edges there. And this acute angle caused me some grief. Also, the fact that the end of the boards would be sticking way out into the room, and leaving a gap, I didn't really like that solution either. So after thinking about it a long time, I measured the angles and cut the the baseboards to fit. I will now put a piece on the end there so that we have I don't know what the proper term is, but in any case, not a right angle, but we've got a three-sided geometric figure then. So let me do that. I'll cut this piece and fit it in here, and then we'll go ahead. What I'm going to do then is glue it all together. I'm going to glue those three pieces together, and I'm not going to use wood glue. I'm going to use epoxy, two-component epoxy glue. It will never come apart with two-component epoxy glue. It takes about, well, at the temperature we have, about 18 hours to set up completely firm. But then once it's set, like I say, it will never come apart again without breaking the wood. So when I get it then glued together, I can easily mortise the edges and sand the whole thing so that it looks, and then also oil it again so that it looks nice. All right, let me get that piece put on or cut for the end there. We'll set it in and see that it fits, and then we'll go on from there. All right, I've cut that piece so that it fits in just pretty close. Like I say, I'm going to glue it all up, and then we can sand the edges and make it fit in properly. I also have to figure out a way to route that top there so that the edges aren't sharp. When I get it glued up and finished tomorrow, we'll look at it more closely. But I think it'll look good. I think it's the best possible solution for that corner. We'll use some brown silicone behind it. The problem with these walls are clearly they're handmade clay walls that Karen put a great deal of effort into, but she used a long straight edge, a 8-foot long straight edge to try to make the walls as straight as possible, but they are not flat. It's just not possible to work with clay and make it, well, it probably is, but you need special equipment and you certainly need special know-how, and we don't have that. So this is fine. The walls look very nice. They have a very wonderful handmade feel and look to them, but like it causes difficulty putting in the baseboards, and I'm going to try to work around that by using silicone in the places that I can't get it in exactly. There are some very good silicone type compounds that you can use that are not shiny. That is, they when they dry, they are hardened. They become they have a sort of a silky matte appearance, and I think that will look just fine. All right, I'm going to now start the preparations to glue this together. I'm going to glue it together in place and then take it out. I may screw the edges together, I'm not sure yet, or I may just prop that piece up so it fits in there correctly. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. I have to mix up the two-component epoxy, and I'm going to put something down below underneath this whole construction so that the glue doesn't get onto the floor, or that I don't glue the boards to the floor. I'll probably use a piece of aluminum foil underneath it. I want something thin because I don't want it to change the geometry. So bear with me. We'll get this glued up and then we'll see how it looks. Okay, this rather Rube Goldberg-ish looking arrangement here is just designed, if that's the right word, to hold the piece in place. I've just propped the hammer up with a rubber handle that won't slip, and I also put a screw in the floor, in the cracks in the floor, so that the hammer won't slip back. I could have screwed the piece to the other two pieces to hold it together while it's gluing. However, I didn't want to do that because it's just more holes to fill, and I think this will work just fine. The glue I'm using is a standard araldite-based two-component epoxy, equal parts of the resin, equal parts of resin and accelerator or polymerizing agent. This is has a very, very high structural strength. On wood, it's supposed to be 200 pounds per square centimeter of gluing area, which is plenty. It'll hold it together. I glued a whole piano together, an old grand piano, historical instrument, using this glue because nothing else would have held the enormous weight and the pressure of the strings and so on. And it's been together for 40 years now, and nothing's come apart. So I have complete faith in this two-part epoxy glue. So there you are. We're all set to leave this now. I will close the door here so that Valentino the cat can't get in here. I don't think he wouldn't go near it probably anyway, but who wants to take a chance? Oh, he's never done that before. We all know that situation. So I will actually just close the doors to the room. No reason anyone else needs to get in here. And a human can open the doors in any way he can't. So we'll let this sit then overnight. And tomorrow we'll take it apart, sand it down, fill in the little holes. We'll route the top there so that it's smooth on the edges. And sand it all, like I say, and then re-oil it. So thanks for watching. I'm going to put this up as part 1, and we'll do the rest as part 2. I hope you enjoyed this. I just really wanted to make a video again, and since I was doing this, I thought perhaps I'd take you along. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing, and as always, thank you very much, those of you who put up your videos. Thanks for the efforts you make to put them up. They're very much appreciated. Ciao.